Welcome into the Cardinals franchise, where today we're starting straight off with the game. No pre-game talks or anything. We are jumping into this Week 9 battle against NFC West rival in the Seattle Seahawks. And our Cardinals right now are on a pretty solid win streak. I believe 3 games in a row is what the current streak is, hoping to continue that today with a solid RPO on the first play. Gain of 12 for Mostert, basically right down the middle. And running a lot of RPOs, we found to actually work pretty well for us in the last episode, where we got a solid victory and victories that we need to make sure we're continuing to get. And that, okay, well, thanks, Madden. I told Kyler to throw it away, but instead he stopped moving. We fumbled, but then the Seahawks couldn't even jump on it. We'll at least recover 2nd and 17. Interesting animation there for us. See what we can do here again on 2nd and long. They come out with a double A gap, trying to find someone that'll break open, and that, okay, at least swatted. I was wanting to throw that when he didn't cut back towards the middle of the field. I was hoping to just dump it off to him on the outside, but he eventually cut back inside, so good thing that we didn't start the day off with an early interception. Ertz wide open here, get it close, and will get the first down by about a yard. Gain of 19 actually on the play, so gain of 2 yards past the line to gain. And another thing we saw really in the last episode was the emergence of Derek Young as a running back threat for us. Going to go with the screen pass here, try to get Rondale Moore to the outside, and another first down on another RPO. Yes, I have seen some promising things from Derek Young, the receiver turned running back, so hopefully we'll see that continue as we have a wide open Hopkins in the end zone. Ball dropped right in. I was worried 22 was about to knock that one away, but that just dropped right in. Solid hands from Hopkins, and we're going to score early in this game. You could just see we had decent blocking up front. We had a completely wide open Hopkins, but really good speed from number 22 to get back there, but just arrived about a step too late. And also last episode, if you missed it, we made one final trade to help out our defensive line by bringing in Tim Settle. We really needed someone that could shore up some run blocking in the middle for us as we get a tackle for loss here. Loss of 4. There were some missed tackles though, but Simmons brings him down. And I believe it was just a late 4th round pick that we were able to trade to bring in Settle, who has plenty of potential for us as we get another tackle for loss, this time from Thompson, our safety turned slot corner. But as I was trying to say, with Settle, he brings in some pass rush ability as well as run stopping. One of the best run stoppers on our team currently. He's not a super high overall, as that looked like that actually might have been a fumble. But they say incomplete. Simmons knocks it away, and we will be getting the ball back after a punt. And following a solid return there from Adoree Jackson, we'll start basically at midfield just past. But as I was trying to say, with Tim Settle, we found someone who we feel like we could do a little bit with in the future. He's not, superstar, 73 overall, I believe normal dev as well, but a solid guy to help us make a push this year. We currently sit just underneath the Rams, who in real life lost their first game. That was yesterday as I record this, so Bills, they look solid. But as for this universe, the Rams sit about, I'd say, 3/4 of a game above us, mostly because they beat us in the first matchup. And interesting there with Williams, broke the first tackle but kind of just froze, still gives us the first down though. But yeah, we really have a close race with the Rams, and they are our next game. So some really important games down the pipe here as we have an open receiver, and that one, not thrown. where it needed to be. Also, Brown broke as soon as I went to throw it to him. I just wish sometimes the receivers would sit, because you can see he's wide open to that right-hand side, but the ball thrown well inside. So a little blame on Kyler there, a little blame on CPU/AI. But as I was trying to say, making a push here in the division to try to get into the playoffs, basically just by winning our division, kind of right now seems to be the only way we will get in. We're just over 500, I believe 4-3, maybe 5-3. But throughout this season already, we've struggled to maintain a steady level of play. So we're off to we're in our best run so far, and a great job there from Simmons. We got another tackle for loss on Chris Carson. But you know, if we could continue to put together a solid run here, and each of our individual guys step up their game and play about as well as they have been of recent, and missing a tackle there is definitely not going to help. Budda Baker finally brings down Chris Carson after the first down gained up to the 36. But this team definitely has a lot of potential, some really solid young talent that we need to develop, mainly for the defense being at linebacker. And then we have some other good guys as well, especially in the secondary. Starting the season off, definitely the secondary was worrisome. We do have Budda Baker, who is one of the top-end safeties, I would say, in the league. Not the best, but pretty solid for us. And then we also had Byron Murphy Jr. at corner, and he was really our only starting level corner that we had. And there's a sack down the middle, Zaven Collins. Nice sack there on third down. Will force a punt once again. But yeah, this team has a lot of young talent. Offense has some too, with the rookie tight end McBride. He looks really solid. Rondale Moore as well. D-Hop, though, getting the jet sweep to start this drive in about 14-15 yards, with about 5 seconds left in the first quarter as well. And in fact, that play will end the first quarter. So pretty good. Have some sloppy play we need to clean up. Again, really at quarterback. And Kyler has a lot of potential. He's a superstar dev player. You expect him to play well, but unfortunately, he really has struggled with that this year. As we saw a little bit of power there coming in for Derek Young. Gain of 15 on his first official carry. His previous touches being receptions. So really like what we're seeing from the young running back. He's someone I would like to try to build a running back group with, and I thought that was going to the inside. That one is on me. I will take credit for that interception. I thought it was an in, but it was an out. Yikes. So not all of the mistakes we're having at quarterback are Kyler, but still expect him to be playing better. We've had a lot of inaccuracies that could be due to the difficulty of which we're playing on, and here comes a sack. That's going to be for Tim Settle. Kingsley Keke also back there guarding as well. And we really need to see the D-line step up a bit to finish out this season. Most of them probably will not be starters going into next season, as there is a sack, fumble, and with bopping around, and Tim Settle will recover it. I can't tell you who forced the fumble. Maybe Kennard. I'm not sure. Devin Kennard definitely has stepped up since getting that starting spot, but not sure who forced the fumble. It was Kingsley Keke. And honestly, I think Kingsley Keke should be on a all-pro team, but not because of play, just because of the name. I love it. Kingsley Keke. It's fun. Gonna try to find someone here. Check down and touchdown. Marquise Brown into the end zone. Again, was trying to hit him underneath, and as soon as I go to throw it, he broke, but doesn't hurt us this time. Instead, touchdown. Probably about his 10th or so of the season, I would assume. He's been pretty solid for us, especially while D-Hop has been out with his suspension. And now the Seahawks really need to put something together here. Down 2 possessions with a lot of time left, but they've really struggled this season. And I don't think that comes to really any surprise to anyone. They do have Drew Lock starting rather than, something Smith. Can't remember who it is, but Devin Kennard gets another sack since getting that starting spot. I want to say about 3 to 4 weeks ago, and he already has had about 4 to 5 sacks. So really good seeing him get out there and making some plays. Both him and the rookie Cameron Thomas have been splitting some time out at that right outside linebacker position or right edge rush kind of position. And Tim Settle was going to miss the sack. Whee! And there was a big hit to the back to force the incompletion. Byron Murphy, lucky no penalty flag coming in on that. And I kind of feel like as this season is coming along here, obviously we brought in Mostert after the season started as an as a just free agent available to be picked up a few weeks into the season as we ended up trading away James Conner. Not that I didn't like Conner, just didn't think he really fit our scheme very well. Going to motion Ertz over to this left-hand side, get us an extra blocker over there, which looks like it helped us pretty well. Mostert will get the first down after a gain of about 8 yards. But yeah, we brought in Mostert, and he's done pretty solid while being out there. But I feel like he's more so of a mentor, really, for Derek Young. I think that's pretty much what his role has become. And a bit similarly with Ertz, trying to help teach up McBride, as McBride will probably end up taking over that tight end spot fairly soon. Give Ertz the rest of the season, and then we'll make a choice when we reach the free agent offseason. That's the word. Don't know why that was such a struggle. So we're going to go with a bit of rollout and an inaccurate throw. We had Marquise Brown, but unfortunately Kyler just not able to find him. It's confusing, really, at times, trying to figure out why he's throwing such inaccurate passes and then throws a very accurate pass like that. Unfortunately, not caught, but still a very accurate pass. So Kyler is a confusing quarterback here. He has really solid short accuracy and deep accuracy. We need to work on the medium as we hit a field goal here to give us a 3-score game, 17-0. But yeah, definitely am hoping Kyler can find a way to improve. I don't think he's really at the level that we would consider drafting a different quarterback or bringing in a different quarterback. I think he just needs to find out why he can't throw consistent passes. Some of that could be due to awareness. It could also be awareness, but due to fatigue. I feel like we've touched on it about every game, but pretty much since the third game, he's had really bad fatigue, took a lot of hits earlier in the season, and I feel like that has affected his passing as well as just most quarterbacks when their fatigue goes down. Their accuracy tends to follow as we hit the 2-minute warning here. Seattle around midfield. But we are making progress, though, on Kyler's stamina. We are slowly getting that built back up. He does not practice, so he's able to regain some during the week, and I think they were trying to set up a screen pass. But that was awful, an awful setup there. As they come out with a bunch to the left-hand side, we got the double A gap, and we're going to bring that blitz. Gardick applies the pressure, but they will find Fant for the first down to the 36. And so far, I feel like this episode has been more chit-chat about the team rather than talking necessarily about what's happening in the game. So let me know what you guys think. Do you enjoy the tangents that are slightly related to what's happening out on the field, or strictly calling what's on the field? I feel like my videos tend to kind of go back and forth a little bit, depending on the teams we're playing and how well we're playing. They're going to go for the screen this time. Isaiah Smith gets all the way across the field, but not able to stop the first. The first matchup between these two teams this year actually came down to a pretty close game. I believe we won late in the fourth quarter with maybe the help of a turnover to kind of help seal the game up. And there's a nice stretch from number one. Might have given them the first down as they call another timeout. I believe maybe their third. And they don't get the first down, and it was not their third, it was their second. So one timeout remaining for them with a little under 45 seconds, or a little around 45 seconds. Go underneath. Chris Carson with the first, but not a whole lot after the catch. Can I send a delayed blitz? No, but I can do a bit of a quarterback spy. Might have helped us out a little bit, but they're going to find Lockett in the end zone. Seahawks get their first points on the board late in the second quarter. 20 seconds left before halftime. And if this season here for us is going to be anything like what I've seen from a majority of other... Oh, fumble, and Ertz picks it up, and they blow the whistle. Maybe we should just head into halftime here. And we could run one more play. D-Hop has the press man. Try to get that separation. And not really. We're just going to roll out a little bit here, run for it, and out of bounds. We'll take the safe play, head into halftime. Don't need any costly turnovers. It could possibly have been returned for a touchdown. But as I was trying to say, that guy right there, head coach for the Seahawks, Pete Carroll, as much as I've seen for first franchise seasons ending, he's retired. So this could be his last season in the NFL, and his Seahawks are struggling. You know, trading away Wilson was a big choice that the GMs made to side on the side of their head coach. As Rams currently tied with the Buccaneers, that is a big game for us. And then up north in the former division here that we were in, Packers having a really bad season. They finally get a second win against the Lions, 35-21. But as I was trying to say with Pete Carroll keeping him rather than keeping Wilson and then him retiring after 1 year, that could be a big headline. Eagles get their victory here, and they killed us earlier this season, 30-24 against the 0-8 Texans. Yikes. But the Seahawks will be receiving the second half kickoff. So a chance to bring this game back a little bit closer to a one-score field goal game with a touchdown, or a touchdown game with a field goal. Or they don't bring it any closer. We'll find out. But yeah, if it was true to real life, if Pete Carroll did end up retiring after this year, where we all assume the Seahawks are not going to be very good, that would be a really bad move to then get rid of Wilson. So we'll see what ends up happening, but a good stop there on first down for us. Geno Smith, that's the quarterback I couldn't think of earlier. Yeah, the Seahawks announced that Geno in real life would be starting over Lockett. I feel like you go with Lockett. Go with the younger guy who has an opportunity to get better, and Kennard in again. Second sack of the day. But having said to start Lockett, I didn't get to really see much of the Seahawks preseason game. So I don't know. Did I say Lockett? Lock. I'm not sure how well he played or how poorly he played, him or Geno. So maybe they made the right call, as that was not the right call to throw that pass. 4th and 19, we'll be getting the ball right back. And let's try to give the second half primarily to Derek Young. We'll still use Mostert a little bit, like in this formation, and try to utilize a solid block. One thing we do need to see from Young is a bit more moves in the open field. We know he has the speed, but the agility and the move to get by that first player has been a little bit lacking. I don't believe he's ever going to be a number 1 guy, but he could definitely be a solid number 2, as number 2 brings in the ball all the way down to the 4. Some pretty lack coverage there by Adams, who really should have been over there. He has flat zone KO and Stonewall, so definitely more of a box safety, but you expect him to be able to make some plays, as we have some room, and we do get in. Probably should have cut down on the speed a little bit to help with that cut, but Rondale Moore into the end zone. And the Seahawks were not able to bring the game anywhere near closer. Instead, they go 3 and out, and then we march down the field, making it 24-7. This game well out of range currently for the Seahawks. Still plenty of time for that to change. But I can definitely say it's nice to see a solid victory, at least in place right now. We've played a lot of close games this season, so to have one that's a little bit more in favor of us is definitely nice. Kennard, can you get down towards the line, bud? Then we'll go with a play action here, and intercepted. Byron Murphy Jr. jumping in front of DK Metcalf and back on his feet to gain a few more yards as well. Great job there from one of our young rising stars in the secondary. So really need to see that kind of play continue for him. We have a couple guys, but I'm scared. I have RB open, but every time I've gone to throw that, they've ran towards coverage. So instead, we'll just scramble with Murray. And so far today, I feel like Murray has taken fewer hits. He's definitely taken some, but I feel like we're making some progress here. D-Hop gets the catch down to about the 23. Now getting close to the red zone. They mark us at the 24, but that ball looks pretty close to the 23 as Young trying to find some running room in the middle, and he ends up getting slingshot into some Seahawk defenders. And honestly, I don't feel like the Seahawks really have blitzed much, so I was going to go with the screen, but I really don't think they've blitzed a whole lot, so I don't know how well that would work. Young, a little bit of moves there to at least get by a blocker, brought down 3rd and 2. And one thing to note, I forgot to mention earlier, is that Max Williams, who's our 3rd tight end but has been running at fullback for us, he's out this week, was injured at practice this week. And we definitely missed him there. We could have used some better blocking, but we'll take the field goal attempt. Or do we go for it? A little bit of drama up big in the 3rd quarter. Why not try a little bit of Zach Ertz? And maybe a couple years ago, that's a conversion, but a little slow around the corner, and it will be a turnover on downs. We're not up often enough to have a little fun, so let's have some fun while we have the opportunity. And unfortunately there, Thompson gets too caught up on the fake in, on that deep zig, I would almost say. But it is Tyler Lockett, and that is kind of what he's known for doing, so works out well there for the Seahawks. We're going to bring a little bit of pressure on the outside, and great block pickup there from the, I believe it was the tackle. And we are still trying to find out what kind of corner group we're going to have here, whether it's going to be zone or man. They did improve man coverage in Madden 23. We got a decent, not decent, it was a good stop there from Simmons. But yeah, they did improve man coverage for Madden 23, and I love a big press man corner with some speed. You always need speed at corner. So I would like to build that kind of group. I don't believe any of our current corners are over 6 feet tall, or if they are, they're basically at 6 feet. But they do both have some man cover ability and press ability, so if we could work towards that man press guy, I would definitely enjoy that. Running a bit more zone this year, though, as that was what they had the highest ratings for coming into the season, and a good job there from Thompson will force him out before the first down, bringing up 4th and 3 as we end the 3rd quarter, head into the 4th. This game well in our favor, 24-7. And just as we went for it last time, they will go for it this time, trying to bring down the safeties to help cover. They'll go with a quick pass, and Adoree Jackson all the way turned around. Lockett really putting in work over there. Granted, he has kind of spread around to several different spots on the field, so let's actually drop out of what we were running, and looks like we might need to make another adjustment here. Try to even up the look here for our defense. As they go with the slant routes, we'll bring coverage over. Tim Settle maybe credited for that sack. They'll credit him. It looked more like Locke just tripped back there. But we'll take 2 sacks for our new DT. I mean, either way, it was some solid pass rush. Wow. Don't know why that was so difficult for me. Simmons cutting underneath. DK maybe with his first catch of the day. Took quite a while. He'll make it a little bit more of a manageable 3rd down, but not really. 3rd and 11, still 3rd and long, just better than what they originally had. And he's fighting for it, but will not get it. Zaven Collins brings him down for a 4th and 1. And this time they'll come out in a bit of a heavier set. 2 tight ends. They do have 2 receivers spread out. Thompson on the blitz. Fant with the catch, but he came back for it, and I believe we got the stop. Should be a turnover on downs. I'm not sure they credited him with any forward progress since he ran backwards to get that catch. Great tackle there from Simmons. Heads up play. And in at quarterback comes Trace McSorley with Kyler having some issues with stamina. Want to make sure we get him out when he's not needed. And McSorley will get forward on the read option, gain of 6 and out of bounds. And we did have Williams in at this fullback spot, but instead we'll bring out rookie tight end McBride. Help us out with a little bit more run blocking as we get about 3 more yards, bringing up 3rd and short. And on 3rd and 1, we'll spread them here. Try to have as many people outside of the box as possible. We'll go with a run down the middle. Young with some running room. We'll hold on to it, break 1 tackle, and get to about midfield. Really enjoying the progress we've already have started to see from Young. So, promising guy that we were able to bring in there. We have the one-on-one, but don't really have time to throw it. Instead, we'll throw this one out. And we'll bring McSorley back out in the pistol look. Young in at running back. We'll go with some more read option. As long as they keep not going after the quarterback, we'll continue running with the quarterback. He'll get forward and out of bounds at the 32. Although probably should start sliding down inbounds and running some clock here. So let's go with a traditional run down the middle. We got some blocks. Young will get about a gain of 5, actually gain of 6. And I was going to run the read option to that right-hand side, but not with Jamal Adams down towards the line. Flop it, flip-flop it, flip it. That's better. Go with another read option to this left-hand slide. Slide down about at the 18. Keep this clock running. And all we have to do, probably get about 1 to 2 more first downs, although there's not a whole lot of space for 1 to 2 more first down. Mostert get a gain of 1 here, bringing us close to the 2-minute warning, but we could probably run 1 more play before then. Is that Jamal on that side? Yes, it is. So let's switch sides, go to the stronger side of the defense, but probably end up just not running a play, actually. Lost track of the time for us, and we'll take the delay of game. Instead, we'll have 2nd and 14 and go with something else entirely. Mostert in at running back, as well as, I believe it's Eno Benjamin. In that typical Young spot here, he'll get the swing pass, tried to cut underneath Hopkins. Kind of does. Brings up a 3rd and 8. And there's the 2-minute warning. Not a whole lot of time left. A first down for us will just about do it. However, we'll need to get that first down on a 3rd and 8. Gonna go with the jet sweep primarily because I want to keep this clock running even with a stop from them. And we have some good blocking. Jamal Adams in pursuit. Nice stiff arm there from Rondell Moore. Says, get off me, Adams. And that'll take us to the 5. Possible screen pass to the outside, but no, they ran that very well. Instead, I guess that was a read option? Or perhaps I needed to hit A or something to hand that one off. Luckily, we hold on to it. Sorry, Kyler. Had to take the hit there. We'll go with the jet sweep again. Rondale Moore. Try to get to the outside. Good blocking. He'll cut in. We'll take some points. Give the Seahawks one last try on offense. And let's see what not only the Seahawks can do here, but what our guys can do here. This is passing time, although they're going to run the ball. Nice hit there from Simmons. Brings down Carson after a gain of 1. He's had several carries today, but for a total net gain of -1 on the ground. He has had some receiving as well as they call a timeout. And on 3rd and 5, they'll spread wide. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Make sure we get some decent coverage here as they like to go underneath. Nice job there from Collins. Swats that one away. And on 4th and 5, they will come out for an attempt to convert here. We'll bring down Budda Baker. Try to get a rush on the inside. One-on-one. Budda gets mossed by Fant. And that will be a touchdown for the Seahawks. Not a great play. Wow. Not a great play there from Budda Baker. Should have been able to knock that one away, if not get the pick. But luckily it comes in garbage time. But this game is a wrap. Our best victory to date, really, this season. It's been a lot of close games, but we're finally able to get a dominant victory here today, and it's been a long time coming. We got some plays made from all over the field. A lot of our younger guys, some of our older guys as well. And defense did a really good job, especially in the run game. -11 total yards. did give up 200 passing yards, but we kept them under 20 points, at least tied on takeaways. Considering our offense gives away the ball quite often, we did pretty well there. And that was the type of win we've been looking for. A lot of close games. Previous to this, I would say probably our most dominant win was actually last week against the Vikings, 14-3. But now we're actually able to put a good amount of points on the board, 31, a lot more than last week. They did still score 15, so gave up a lot more than last week if you count individually, but really only gave up 2 touchdowns, 1 in garbage time. Defense played very well. A lot of guys made plays around the board. Tim Settle, nice performance to really stake his claim, really make sure that the fans agree that that trade was worth it. So good game from him, but next episode will be big. Because now not only are we first in the NFC West, but we are playing the Rams, who are second. They dropped last week's game against the Bucks. So we now move ahead. We've already lost to them once this season. If we lose to them again, they will have the tiebreaker above us for the remainder of the season, as well as them taking back over that first spot in the NFC West, our potential playoff spot. So we need to make sure we get the victory in this game. Stay on top. Make sure the Rams do not once again keep us out of that first spot and potentially knock us out of the playoffs again. Granted, we were both in the playoffs last year. So that is one aspect of why the next episode is going to be a big one. The second is going to be scouting some college players. Week 11, we have to know 3 players that we want to have the focus scouting on. So next episode will be a huge rivalry matchup plus a scouting special. Might be a bit of a longer video, at least comparative to this one. Maybe be closer to an hour. I try to keep them around 30 to 40 minutes per episode for this series, but kind of depends on what happens in the game and what other things get thrown at us. So scouting special next episode, as well as a huge matchup against the Rams. So if you're not subscribed and if you haven't ticked that bell notification button, make sure you do so. Again, a lot of thanks to all the new subscribers that are coming in. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. I do have 2 series going at one time. So we have obviously the Cardinals here. That is our traditional Madden franchise. We also have a challenge, a state-only challenge that we have to build a team entirely of players who played out of college from one state and try to win the Super Bowl within 5 years. That is a sim series, meaning we don't play most of the games. We sim probably about half to 3/4 of the games during the seasons. We'll watch some of them. We don't always watch the full game. Sometimes we'll just watch part of the game. I maybe will jump in and play a few plays here and there, but that's primarily coaching decisions to make sure we go for it in key times of a game. But yeah, I suggest you check that one out. We are doing the Ohio only challenge. So really fun. That series posted every Wednesday and Saturday. This series every Monday and Thursday. So hope you guys are enjoying. And until next time, where we have a big episode, I'll see you later. Bye.
How it's supposed to feel.